Hello, my name is Britton Bayshore, and this presentation is a summary of my capstone project titled Designing a Beginning Band Fundamentals Guide with Embedded Formative Assessment Strategies. This project was completed as part of my Master of Science in Curriculum and Instruction program at Western Governors University. My research focused on designing a beginning band fundamentals guide with embedded formative assessment strategies. The goal was to create a structured resource for band directors that supports consistent student growth. This project connects directly to the field of curriculum and instruction because it emphasizes intentional design, evidence-based practices, and the use of formative assessment to guide teaching decisions. Ultimately, the project promotes more inclusive, standards-based music instruction that helps students build both competence and confidence. Okay, the problem that I had identified is that many middle school band students demonstrate inconsistent musical growth. This inconsistency shows up in areas such as tone production, rhythm reading, and instrumental technique. Without structured guidance and embedded assessments, students often progress unevenly, which impacts both their individual achievement and overall ensemble performance. From this problem, my guiding research question was developed. How can a beginning band fundamentals guide be designed to incorporate formative assessment strategies that support consistent musical growth in middle school band students? This question served as the foundation for my study and the design of the instructional product. So, the product of my project is a beginning band fundamentals guide. The guide is designed to provide teachers with practical tools that support consistent growth and save planning time. It includes several key resources, such as goal-setting templates, progress tracking sheets, reflection journals, skill checklists, and weekly lesson structure. Each of these pieces work together to help teachers monitor progress while giving students ownership of their own learning. So here are some of the details of the product. For example, students can set personal musical goals and track their progress over time, while teachers provide feedback using skill checklists or reflection prompts. The weekly lesson structure ensures that assessment and reflection are not an extra task, but are built directly into instruction and rehearsal. This structure gives students consistent opportunities to practice, reflect, and grow. These are some of the templates and tools that I've included in the product there. Goal setting templates, progress tracking sheets, reflection journals, skill checklists, and that weekly lesson structure. The methodology for this project was applied research, specifically applied qualitative research for the development of an organizational tool. My main tool was a structured literature matrix, and I focused on data from 10 peer-reviewed studies in music education and formative assessment. This approach ensured that the curriculum guide was grounded in credible, evidence-based strategies rather than just personal teaching experience. Data were collected by reviewing and analyzing these 10 peer-reviewed studies. Using the literature matrix, I organized findings and coded for common strategies. Through this process, I identified two major themes that repeatedly appeared in the research. Those themes were continuous formative feedback and student self-regulation and reflection. These themes kind of became the backbone for my instructional guide. The first theme was continuous formative feedback. 7 of the 10 studies, 70%, emphasize that students benefit when teachers provide frequent, specific, and timely feedback. This kind of feedback helps beginning musicians make immediate adjustments, build confidence, and stay motivated during the learning process. This table summarizes those findings, showing that continuous formative feedback appeared in 70% of the studies reviewed. This high percentage confirms that feedback is one of the most powerful tools that a teacher can use to support consistent student growth. The second theme was student self-regulation and reflection. 6 of the 10 studies, or 60%, highlighted that students develop greater ownership of their learning when they're encouraged to set goals, track progress, and reflect on their practice. These strategies not only improve skill development, but also foster motivation and independence, which are essential traits for young musicians. This table shows the findings for the second theme, with 60% of the studies supporting self-regulation and reflection as key strategies for consistent growth. Taken all together, the findings confirmed that 2 strategies are especially effective for beginning band instruction: continuous formative feedback and student self-regulation with reflection. Embedding these strategies into the curriculum guide allows teachers to provide structured feedback while also empowering students to monitor their own progress. This combination helps create a classroom where growth is consistent, meaningful, and student-centered. The strengths of my methodology included the use of a structured literature matrix and coding, which kept the analysis organized and replicable. However, there were also limitations. My study relied only on qualitative data and a relatively small sample of 10 studies. Because of this, the findings may not generalize to every beginning band program, although they still provide valuable evidence for designing instructional tools. The results were influenced by differences across the reviewed studies. These included variations in study design, differences in classroom contexts, and differences in student populations. Another factor was the exclusive use of published peer-reviewed studies. While this strengthened credibility, it may have excluded valuable insights from everyday classroom practice or unpublished teacher research. Future research could explore how these strategies work at different grade levels, such as elementary or high school band programs. It would also be valuable to measure the direct impact of formative feedback and reflection on student motivation and musical performance. Finally, studying teacher experiences with these strategies could provide deeper insight into what supports or challenges educators encounter when implementing them. In conclusion, the Beginning Band Fundamentals Guide integrates evidence-based strategies that emphasize both continuous feedback and student reflection. These tools provide teachers with a structured framework to support consistent musical growth while encouraging students to take ownership of their development. By embedding these strategies into everyday instruction, we can create a more engaging, reflective, and successful learning environment for beginning musicians. Thank you for listening.